share a little bit of my testimony, a little bit of my faith journey with you guys. So it started off when I was at Bible camp at Pathways, and I remember looking across the lake and just seeing God's beauty because we were around a campfire and the sun was setting, and just thinking about all that he created really brought me close to him. So I like to call this first stage the caterpillar stage. It was 5th through 7th grade, and I was on the ground kind of just being first introduced to God, and I didn't know what it was going to bring. And then I remember the caterpillar going up the tree, and that was kind of my 8th grade and my confirmation year. I was learning more about God, discovering all that he can do and all that he is. And then the next stage is the cocoon stage. Now, this was my 9th grade year, and this was senior high in high school for me. And I remember it was just kind of an odd time for me because I had a lot of self-image problems, thinking that I was ugly or that I was fat, and it really was a time that I felt at my lowest. And, you know, in the cocoon, it can feel dark and lonely, and that's what I was thinking is that, I mean, what does God have planned for me? And I don't know, I just couldn't see the light in that moment. And then going into 10th grade, I remember going on this mission trip to West Virginia, and it was life-changing like most mission trips are. And that was my first mission trip, but I just remember that was the time when God was pulling me into the light. And this was known as the butterfly stage, because he pulled me out of that cocoon, out of that dark place, into his light. And now I'm just a butterfly roaming the world. I mean, of course, there's still dark moments, but I'm always free to fly and go into his light. So this metaphor that I use can also relate to what we're seeing today. It might seem dark and lonely in this confusing time, but God pulls us into his light. John 18:12 says, "I am the light of the world. Whoever follows me will not walk in darkness, but will have the light of life." I'm not sure exactly what the butterfly will look like at the end of all of this. Maybe it looks like families coming together or stronger communities. Maybe it's less pollution on the earth, or maybe it's even Jesus coming again. But I know there is light and a butterfly just waiting to spread its wings. Would you please pray with me? Dear God, we thank you so much for everything you have given us in this confusing time and maybe lonely and dark place. We know that you are the light, and that we can go to you when we are feeling desperate, in need of help, that we can go to you anytime. But in those moments, it's especially important that we call out to you. And we thank you so much that you are our light. In Jesus' name, amen. All right, so this last song I wanted to share with you guys just because it went with the whole theme of light, and because it's one song that I've really felt close to. It's called "Where the Light Is." See a street light on the corner and watch the headlight as it's coming down the road. Dark and see the hope there, and the soul that still remains. Darkness never stood a chance. Darkness never stood a chance. Thank you all so much. Have a great week.